It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
I gotta wait for the camera. There it is. How's it going, everybody? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. No, we're still working. I have not made the time to work on the intro video yet. I'm trying to get other video work done before I spend time on that. But I really do need to. It's definitely on my short-term list now that I have the music done. How you guys doing? Welcome in. Yes, Brian. Yes, 100%. 100%. Black Duke, we are drinking in honor of His Majesty's Royal Navy. We are drinking our daily rum ration tonight. We are drinking a tot of rum, as it were. So there you go. Ordinarily, I'm a bourbon guy, but I do keep a bottle of this particular rum around for just such an occasion, just such sipping. It's a nice 25-year-old rum, very sweet, but a nice color to it. It's just like sipping a fine whiskey. Oh, it's so good, Vladeshi. Has it been grogged up? Under no circumstances. You do not mix things with rum this good. You just, it's like an aged scotch, right? Think about a bottle of Macallan 25. Far more expensive than this. More goes into making Macallan than making rum. But you don't mix drinks with scotch that old or scotch that good, right? Unless you have way more money than I do. So no, this is sipping rum. This is delicious. Straight rum. Straight rum. Straight rum. Just like it comes out of the bottle. That's nice. That's really nice.
Which one is that?
This is my my Costa Rican stuff.
Okay.
She's David, no, we won't be doing any of that. We've done that before on stream. Bourbon party foul. No, we're not doing that. Bot seems to not like you tonight, Flaming. Let's see. Is it there? Okay, so Muldoon's there. Is it maybe it's not Gamble. Maybe it's something else? I love how I'm only rank 32 in my own channel. I'm a huge fan of that. How would you do this? This would be... Okay, so it just doesn't like you, Flaming. Yeah, it's working for the rest of us. Muldoon doesn't like you, Flaming. You made him angry. What's up, Grunty? How you guys doing? So listen, tonight I'm going to put British ships on special. I think last week I said that my next Learn to Play series was going to be Italian destroyers, and I lied. The more I thought about it, the more I realized and I said this last week on stream, I really need to spend more time in the top end of the Italian destroyer line before I can finish that series of videos. So I could start that series, but I wouldn't be able to end it for a while. So what I'm going to do in the interim is I'm going to go ahead and do British light cruisers. Somebody on YouTube was we were chatting in the comments, and it was like, he's like, what are you going to do next? And I thought, he made a comment about British lights. I think I posted a Leander game, and it was like, I really should do British lights. Like, there's not a ship in this line that I can't talk through. Like right now, like I could do those. I could crank those. If I could get the games I needed, I could crank those videos out in a weekend and just line them up over the course of a month. So I'm probably that's probably gonna be the next thing in the queue. We're gonna get British lights in the queue, and while those are rolling out and everything, I'm gonna spend the time to get good at high tier Italian destroyer, hopefully, and then I can hopefully have a better way to talk into one of those. Chaser, I had an amazing Leander game last night. So last night, you guys will get a kick out of this because you know how much I love Emerald. So last night, I sat down and I was like, okay, let's try to get some gameplay so I can get a little momentum going in this. Because the Shimakaze game, the game that I need to finish up the Japanese destroyer line is done. That video, I meant to get that video done this week and it got away from me. I'm going to get that video out next week. Other than that, I got to do the port thing and record the voiceover for the game, and it's good. I got the game I wanted. It's not an amazing game. It took me way too long. Shimakaze, I really think, is a shit that has not aged well. It's unfortunate. But she has so much working against her in the modern era of the game. So the high-tier Japanese destroyers, the high-tier Japanese torpedo destroyers have like a different set of problems than the mid-tier ones, right? Like back at mid-tier, you had like tier 6 and 7, right? At Fubu and Akatsuki, what's your problem? Your problem is your surface detection. You have really good torpedoes, you have lots of them, but you're kind of not so stealthy. At the high end of the game, you have different problems, right? You're fairly stealthy. You're not that hard to spot. You're pretty hard to spot, but your torpedoes are, I will say, they're easier to dodge because there's more things out there that can spot them. More people are aware of how capable you are. 100%, Chaser. 100%. So it took me, I had to play probably a dozen Shimakaze games to get one. I mean, not all of them were losses. I had quite a number of wins, but they were wins where it was like, oh, I landed 2 torpedo hits and had 3 caps and had 1600 base damage. I mean, 1600 base XP. That's not a bad game, but that's not one that I feel like really showcases the ship. And so I had to really work to get a Shimakaze game. I finally did. I still died because my team, this is one of those games that, like, if the opposing team had had 2 more minutes, we would have lost, right? It was that close. The game went full wire-to-wire, 20 minutes, and we won basically because our carrier managed to hide at the back of the map and not die while the opposing team steamrolled us off the board. Oh, Electric, man, you are bolder than I am. You are bolder than I am. But anyway, so let's go back to what I was saying about Leander. So last night, I'm like, okay, so now I've got the Shimakaze game in the bank. I'm going to start working on a new project. I'm going to do British Light Cruisers. So that I stopped and looked at the tech tree, and I was like, should I do Emerald? Because technically, the British cruiser line splits at Tier 5. So technically, the British Light Cruiser line starts with Emerald at Tier 5. So I busted out the Emerald. I said, okay, let's go get a couple. Let's go see if I can get an Emerald game. And I played 3 games in Emerald, and I think they were all wins. But they all just sort of reinforced like how kind of average that ship really is. I had opposing light cruisers broadside to me at like 6 kilometers, and you still can't get those shells to penetrate. I couldn't get citadels, and I was like, how can I explain this line to people if the ship does not perform doing what it is supposed to do? I won't say I was enraged. I was very frustrated. So, I moved up to Leander. First game, out of the bank, 120k, like 3 kills. It was like, okay, so obviously I have my Leander game in the bank. I need to get that one recorded, right? So it was like, oh, do I really want to start with Emerald or not? I don't know. Because to me, Emerald is such an outlier. Like, once you get to Leander, the British Light Cruiser line plays fairly consistently the rest of the way through the tree. They just get more and more capable as you go up, right? But Emerald is such a weird ship at Tier 5. She's that bridge point between Dene at 4 and Leander at 6, where the line just really takes off, and it's like, So Ben, most people hate Neptune, and Neptune is unquestionably the most challenging ship to play in the line. She's excellent, but she's very soft. And so I almost think what I'm going to do when I do Neptune is what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together a little montage of me exploding. I'm going to be like, this game in Neptune, this game in Neptune, you know? I'll be like, all of these games took place for me to show you this game in Neptune, right? That'll probably happen because I more than anything I can do and teach people to play Neptune videos, force them to understand how fragile they really are, all right? Because it is crazy. It is crazy. So J-Red, it's funny, right? You're not wrong. Like, if you want those fire ribbons, you got to get up on people, and I've done it. But man, you got to really want it. And we had this conversation a few weeks ago in chat, right? We were sitting around talking about British Light. Somebody in chat was asking about Neptune, and I talked through the ship a little bit, and then we went and played a game. I played Radar Neptune in a random battle, which is not something I would ordinarily recommend, and I certainly wouldn't have done it had I been paying attention. But it worked out, right? It worked out, and we won the game. So anyways, can you sub out Emerald for Exeter for the? Oh man. You know, Exeter is so good. Exeter is so good. That ship is amazing. So listen, guys, as we were saying, obviously I've got British ships on special tonight. A few of you guys are already taking advantage of that. If you pick a ship in the right tier, I may take it into ranked. No promises. We will find out. And then I'm going to derp around and whatever else you guys throw in the queue. I had something that I was going to say, and it is absolutely gone. Oh, last week I mentioned how close we were getting to 10,000 on YouTube, and we got there. So thank you guys. And that means that I now have to put in the paperwork. It's a form for me to fill out to request I have to sit down and list out all the stuff that I want to give away for a big YouTube celebration over there. I've got to do a little more research. I've got to figure out how to do live giveaways in YouTube chat, presuming that I can. I don't know. It's going to be weird. But my plan for that is I will do a stream, but it will be a stream only to YouTube, just because that's where the prizes need to go. So I'm probably going to do is I'm going to get my list approved of stuff I want to give out. I'm going to give away some in video form. I've done that before, so I have a pretty good idea how to do that. I'm gonna reserve some to give away in a YouTube-only stream. So keep your eyes open for that. It's probably not going to happen. Where's my calendar? Tiki with the resub. Thank you so much. Very nice. Ooh, enjoying the honeydew. I love it. I love it. Let me pull up my calendar real fast. Because, let's see, this weekend, next weekend, then I'm going to San Francisco. The 16th is Twilight Imperium. I'm going to try and squeeze it in before the end of March. I need to get it done. We're running away to Europe for a couple weeks of vacation in April. I want to get it done before then. So that'll give me about a month to get my ducks in a row and get things prepped. But keep an eye out for that. We will absolutely be doing that over on YouTube. As a huge thank you to everybody over there. It's been a long, slow, steady grind, and we finally have hit the big milestone over there. So thank you guys. That's been amazing. Let's play some boats. That's why you guys are here. You're not here to listen to me gab. Okay. YouTube chat can't do them. I know they can't, Hujam. But my point is, like, what I've been talking with people about is maybe set up a Discord channel for it, right? So that, like, you're watching on YouTube, but I'm doing the giveaways in the Discord channel, that kind of thing. It's clunky, but I'm not sure I have any other way to do it. The other thing is that YouTube can't do like bots. I can't take a night bot or something into a YouTube chat channel, which is irritating, but also true. Really irritating, if I'm brutally honest. You had a hailstorm, Mr. October. Woo! Where are you at? Goodness gracious. Am I doing a Saturday stream? So I had talked briefly about doing a stream for Nimitz's birthday on Saturday. It's still in the back of my brain. I haven't yet decided. Hang on a second. What, dear? Okay, apparently I'm doing it because my wife literally is encouraging me to do it, and that's not my wife telling me yes, you should stream on Saturday is not something I hear very often. So, she's a Nimitz fan too, so I guess it works out. So apparently I'm streaming on Saturday. All right, I'll get that scheduled and figure something out. But I definitely want to do something for Nimitz. We'll do something for Nimitz's birthday on Saturday. That'll be fun. We'll do some giveaways. I did manage to. Oh no, in LM, it's fine. She's over here doing her thing in SWTOR, I think. I did. Huh? Oh, okay. She's doing graphic work for her t-shirt stuff. I did manage to get back into the studio this week, get the camera set up, and get some of my audio issues figured out. Last summer, I bought a new piece of audio gear that threw me for a loop for a while and got me so frustrated, I basically kind of walked away from working in the studio for a bit. And then when I really sat down, like over this past weekend to try and solve the problem, it was like a 10-minute fix. And I was really pissed at myself that I let it go that long. So the good news is Monday's stream will probably be from Studio C. I'm probably going to get back in there and do some painting, and we're just going to hang out and chill. I've got a billion things I need to be painting. I doubt it'll be from any games you recognize, but we'll just sit in there and do some of that and have a good time. So that's probably going to be Monday. What's up? What's up, Twill? Yes, bye. Okay. All right. So let's play some boats. I'm going to start with just a game in Fiji, just to take her out because I haven't played Fiji in a while and I love this boat. This is one of the first mid-tier cruisers I ever bought permanent camouflage for, and it's a purchase I have never regretted. So let's take Fiji out, and then I'll get into some of these ships in the queue. I see you guys have put Ark Royal and Furious in the queue. I'll probably go play both of those in ranked, and kind of to showcase. Cab specifically asked for Furious in ranked, but I'll probably. You guys have seen me play Ark Royal in ranked, but I'll probably do both in ranked anyway. Flaming has put in. See, I'll play Vanguard. Flaming, I like Vanguard.
You crazy son of a bitch, you did.
Kraken, thank you for the gifted subs. Appreciate you. Welcome in. All right, well, middle tier, no carrier. 1 radar on the opposing, 2 radars on the opposing team, technically. I think the Allende gets 1. And some destroyers to farm. And we are on Estuary. Okay. Thank you for the gifted subs, Kraken. I appreciate you. Appreciate that. Oh, Brian, this ship is amazing. This ship is amazing. All right. Martel on my left, Tipper on my right, Avieri, Kagero, sub. It's kind of not gonna matter where I go. I've got more possibility of island cover if I hang to the west side of the map. So let's do that just because it feels better right now, not because I think it's a significant advantage one way or the other.
To Jurassic Park.
Captain Abyssos, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. No worries, my friend. No worries. No worries. Team Yankee. Chaser, I've looked at those games, right? But more, I think I've looked at, not Team Yankee, was it Flames of War? The World War, there's one of them that's a World War II centric. And I thought, ooh, that would be interesting. But then it's more crap I have to buy. I'll say this, one thing you guys are probably going to see me start doing, I don't know how many of you are TCG fans, but I've been taking a long, hard look at the new Star Wars TCG that Fantasy Flight is coming out with. I still have a very difficult time trusting them after what they did to Star Wars Destiny, which is a game that I dearly enjoyed and played the crap out of. But I've got a really good group of people here in town that play, that we all played Destiny, and they are doing some pre-release stuff in the next week or so. And so you may see some Star Wars Unlimited content coming to the channel in the stream, especially since I've literally got a table and cameras and microphones and everything set up down there. I can just bust out cards and like build decks and play other people, and we'll figure it out. But I'm looking forward to that. If I like the game, if it pans out, I think there's definitely some potential there. Somebody is close. Hi, Cheatlin. How you doing? Hey, what's up, Gade? How you doing, buddy? Silly U-69. Torpedoes are for real ships. All right. Gade's peeling out, but I got $5 as that idiot sub is still coming at me. So let's go have some fun with him. What's up, TJ? Did I ever play Legion? I did not play Legion. Legion and I did not get along. Not because the game is bad, but because it's frankly, it's simply yet another game that I would have to be, investing money and time and paint into, and I've kind of hit my limit for that right now. So. We know you're here, little U-69. Let's blow some smoke and figure out where you're at. Uh-huh. Thank you for the ping. Appreciate you.
Another day, another disembowelment. Much better.
He's close. He's inside my hydro bubble. He's had to go deep to avoid my hydro. Okay, he's over here now. But he's still deep, because that's inside my hydro. You're welcome, Xanda. You don't have to thank me for anything. I have fun. I like boats. They killed him. Boats. I said boats. I like Warcraft. Derp. I don't know what game I played. Okay, hydro's out. Let's get moving. Oh, wait, hold on. I got a Cleveland to shoot at. Okay. Massachusetts is doing crazy things, by the way, guys. You guys, the entire team cannot come to the same side of the map. Oh my god. Oh my god. What are y'all doing? Why are you so dumb? Why are you so dumb? Alright. I'm gonna let the battleships murder the submarine. Because there's no way I can chase him.
Where's a hammer when you need one?
Okay. Linde is moving through the gap. Yeah, careful there, Aviette. Aviary Smoke's cutting him off from me. I love all of this. He's going to have to turn back. Yep. See if I can lead these correctly. Yeah, my entire team is on that flank. So I'm going to come over here and try to stall this push, but I don't know if I can pull it off or not. What's up, Rick? Thank you, Tom. I mean, I'm going to try. We'll see how it goes. Fiji's coming in, baby. Hipper can have his way with that guy if he wants to. There's another bloody submarine out here? Give me a break. Well, we have a two-ship lead. Blessedly, the Mackenzie is turning around.
Time to put on the beer goggles. Another day, another disembowelment.
Gotta get back in my smoke here. I kind of F that up. Problem is, I'm not gonna have many people down here spotting for me. We know the sub is still over here. Yep. That was the problem I was afraid of. Until the Mackenzie gets here, I don't have anybody spotting for me. And in a minute, I'm going to end up in a duel with the Massachusetts. But I got to do something to slow these clowns down. Come on, Mackenzie. There we go. All right. Mass is going to get the port torps, and then he's going to get the starboard torps as I bail out of here. Oh, crap. The Mackenzie's almost dead. Oh, that sucks. It's going to be me against two battleships. Well, I am not going to last very long, which is unfortunate, but them's the breaks, I suppose. 30 seconds to smoke. Let's see if I can last 30 seconds. I can as long as the Massachusetts keeps dropping salvos like that in my... where he misses. That's fine. I'll take the fire. Mass is about to go behind an island. This might hurt a little bit. Nope, he blew it again. Okay, so now then... 4 seconds to smoke.
Much better.
So now I just have to play the edge of the circle over here. Team's doing a good job of getting into the cap circle. Let's keep the speed up. Too late, Mr. Sub.
Time to put on the beer goggles.
Your ping came too late, sir. I needed the Aviary to stay in the cap, and he didn't. So that feels kind of bad. Okay, that's actually a tremendous problem. I think I turned into that salvo. Yep, turned right into it. You know what? I've about had my fill of this jackass. Well, guys, I tried. Unfortunately, got left to die by my team because they don't understand how the game works. So, yeah, I suppose. Well, they need to give all cruisers airdropped depth charges, period. The notion that anybody in a light cruiser has to sail over the top of a submarine is terrible design. Terrible design. I don't know why they ever thought that was a good idea. Brian, PC absolutely has...
Stop exploding, you cowards!
PC absolutely has blowout games. Anybody who tells you differently is a liar. So, yeah, that's just the way it is. See, Rathagor, there I disagree, right? Okay, let me back that up. It's much easier to sail a destroyer over a submarine because the destroyer is more maneuverable, and so those down-the-throat shots are far more likely to miss. A smart submarine player never strays far from his friends, so he's harder to kill because in order to press him and blow him out of the water quickly, you're going to get shot at by his buddies. So if you're a destroyer and he's got a cruiser nearby, hunting him is difficult. If you're a cruiser and he's got a battleship nearby, hunting him is difficult. So it's an irritating problem. The easy-to-kill submarines are the ones who run off by themselves, think they're invulnerable, and isolate themselves. Then it's like, now I know where you are, you're dead, right? This guy plays nearby, and he's got, friends nearby, and that makes it irritating, right? The Aviary, see, one of the frustrations I had in that game, the Aviary came back. That is the perfect submarine hunter. The Italian destroyers are so good at submarine hunting. So good at it. And people that guy could have hunted that salmon down to extinction and murdered him while torpedoing the battleships coming in the cap circle. What did he do? He ran north. He left me to die. I'm like, you could have soloed the submarine and at least blunted this battleship push, and instead you effed off. So that frustrated me a lot, right? Chaser, it depends on the sub, I think, but I guess it's possible. Ramming mechanics are weird. I'm not kidding you. 6 years ago? About 6 years ago, we were trying to write the official Wikipedia page on ramming. Okay? When I was running the wiki program, this was a long time ago, I was adamant that there were a whole lot of mechanics in the game that were badly explained, and I wanted wiki pages on them that explained how they work. One of the reasons you can go to the official wiki today and find pages on starting fires and flood mechanics and flood chances and how that all works is because either I wrote it or I was adamant about enough that we got somebody to do it, okay? One of the two. One of those was ramming. I said, guys, ramming mechanics are stupid. They make no sense. And so we did some testing. We sat down and drafted a big list of questions to the devs and sent it into St. Pete and said, help us understand ramming. You know what we got back? We don't know. I kid you not, man. We got back basically nothing. They were like, it's hard to explain. And I was like, they're like, yeah, it's hard to explain. We know. That's why we're asking for help. Yeah, don't try. And even today, you'll go watch competitive warships where you'll see the most bizarre ramming plays happen, right? You'll see a guy. We watched this in King of the Sea. We watched a game. Oh, they managed to lose that game. Well done, guys. We watched a King of the Sea finals game, North American finals game, end on a missed ram because one guy was reversing and the other guy was going forward. And the guy who was reversing lived. Who can explain this? No one. Ramming mechanics in this game are so bizarre. So bizarre. It is just wonky, to put it lightly. It makes no sense. Okay. Let's look at some requests here. Hood. Ugh, I had a really bad game in Hood last time because the team was terrible. That's exactly right, Striker. Ramming damage is at least partly calculated by the intersect speed of both ships. So if this guy's going full, if you're both going full speed, it's like max damage plus a multiplier or something, right? But if one guy is reversing and the other guy's going max speed, this guy takes a bunch of damage and this guy apparently takes less. Like it makes no sense. I mean, Grant, I'd be fascinated to watch it, but I guarantee you he cannot reproduce the math reliably because we tried, and when we asked, we were told, don't ask. Okay, I'll go take this. I mean, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take Vanguard. I want to play this Vanguard game. I really enjoy Vanguard. Flaming wanted Vanguard. I remain convinced that Vanguard is very underrated. Now, I will say that lately I've played Vanguard mostly in ranked. Taking her into randoms is a gamble because when she's down tiered, she feels pretty rough. But if you get a tier 8, like a tier 7, 8, 9 game or a tier 6, 7, 8 game, Vanguard is perfectly serviceable. Yeah, they're finally getting the Dutch cruisers fixed up, but I still feel like yeah, okay, so we're bottom tier. This is going to feel This is going to feel pretty rough, I think. I still maintain that all cruisers in the game, light, heavy, doesn't matter, should not get roll-off depth charges.
Welcome.
The mechanics of that are stupid. They should all get aerial depth charges of some kind. If you want to make the heavy cruiser ones like 8 kilometers and the light cruiser ones in the same tier 6 kilometers, fine. I'll live, but stop making me drive over the submarine in a cruiser to fight it. That is so stupid.
All right, let's go.
Okay, we are bottom spawn. One thing I don't want to do is, this ship is not a pusher. I'm going to load the AP at first. I'm not expecting to get much out of it. I got to think about this. The problem is I'm up against 3 super cruisers. Well, actually, I have no idea what a commissar even is. I know Yoshino's a super cruiser, which feels really bad. I know my HE will do mean things to Yoshino. I might be able to outlast him. I might not. You know, Striker, that's an interesting point. I think it would be interesting if more destroyers got the submarine surveillance, or I should say if any destroyers got submarine surveillance. The fact that none of them do feels completely dumb. Right? Oh, Commissar is Russian, but I forget what it is. It's some kind of cruiser, obviously. Cruiser thing. I maintain that the best submarine hunters in the destroyer class are the British. Because they have that amazing short-range hydro, which is really solid, and their depth charges hit like trains. And they have heals. So if they take a torpedo or whatever, if they take a little bit of damage, they can be like, well, we got through it, right? That kind of thing. A hybrid cruise. Oh, it's the hybrid. You're right. Thank you. Okay, so it's got planes. Vanguard kind of doesn't like planes, but we'll manage. Careful, you don't know what that is, Jaeger. If that's the black, you're in trouble. Okay, I have 10-kilometer bombs. Okay. I'm going to put that ring up here. I want to see that. Okay, perfect. All right. Now, one thing I do have on these guys is a whole lot of range. There we go. I've got Bilal. We've got... Okay, they're gonna like, dive and do things. Elbing's gonna get murdered or something. Monty's in range. Do I take the shot? Let's take the shot. Okay, he like stopped. Okay. I warned you, stupid Jaeger. You had no idea what was in that smoke, so you went up there and got dead. Good job. There we go. Respect my guns, Montana. They're kind of good, you might have noticed. Okay, hello. Thank you. Come back to port. Where is this clown? I'm about to ground myself on this island. There he is. I see the Rhode Island back there, too. Come on. Okay. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to flip the guns. These guys swanning around the middle of the board with nobody shooting at them really torque me off. My team is so far back off a cap. What is this?
You're about as useful as a hobo's dick cheese. I'm on you like stink on shit.
Yeah, you're super effective on the 10 line. You know, I didn't want to go up here and flank these guys, but I think I'm going to. Especially since this Stalingrad doesn't really understand how to con his ship. But it's fine. Hold on. Oh, spot that clown again. My God, this team full of cowards. All right, well, we're going to go get dead, fellas. My team is made of cowards. I'm aware. Okay. We're going to go charge and die. Yep, we're going to go charge and die because I no longer wish to play this game. Let's go. We're going, baby. I'm done screwing around. We're gonna die, and I don't care. You disrespected my guns again. Let's go ram somebody. Let's see if I can pull off... Let's see if I can pull off the Citadel and the Ram, maybe? Somebody's getting rammed, for sure.
Now, this is a force to be reckoned with.
I don't really care.
guys.
Oh, I couldn't get a ram off. That makes me angry. Here's the good news. I could Citadel the shit out of the Montana, so we're having fun over here.
This is gonna.
Fun game. Look at that. They zeroed us out in, what, 6 minutes? That's how bad that team was. Unbelievable. I got money says I scored better than most of the team. Suicided. Suicided. Coward. Coward. Let's try again. I think Vanguard is a perfectly good ship, but when your team refuses to fight, this is what I hate about tier 10 battles, guys. People push the battle button, but they don't mean it. They push the battle button and then run away screaming. It's like, guys, they're just pixelated boats. If you didn't push the battle button, why are you? If you didn't want to fight, why'd you push the button? It's just boats. It's ridiculous. I know, Chaser. Well, Kraken, I mean, I see it all the time, too. That's my point. Games like that are why I don't play Tier 10. It's one of the reasons I don't even play a whole lot of Tier 8 anymore outside of Ranked, because you end up in games like that, where you're bottom tier, and you're the one trying to get the team to do something. Okay, this will be a much more interesting game. For starters, I'm not bottom tier. Second, I have at least one competent destroyer on my team. So that's nice. Teammates are enemies in blue. I love that, Flaming. I love that. Do you know one night we had somebody come in here, somebody come into chat and she had never seen the game before.
To Jurassic Park.
JP, thank you for the follow. She came in and she was trying to understand the game, and another one of these games where my teammates were being super productively amazing, and I made some comment about Chaser. I'm going to play the 2-3 line behind you over here. We'll see what we can find. And she made some comment like, wait a minute, are the teammates not friendly? And I was like, well, there's sort of obstacles you have to overcome if you want to win the game. Or something like that.
Jurassic Park.
Dom, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Brian, I've had plenty of games in boats not last that long. And it feels like the higher the tier you play, the more cowardly people are. It makes no sense. I literally can't understand it. Go ahead, Duke. Gloat, buddy. See, Night Owl, you and I are in the same place. One of the reasons that I vastly prefer middle tier games is because if they're a train wreck, it's a lot easier for me to forgive. Also, I won't say it's easier to carry. It's more possible to carry a team in the middle tiers. At tier 10, the ships are so capable, like, you could be the most competent player in the world, but if the team around you is made of cowardly dumb people, you're not going to win. You're just done. Nice. Good job, Black Dude. Well, thank you, Dummy. I appreciate you coming in. We're also streaming on YouTube. So if you can watch here, you can watch there. It's up to you. I'm game either way. Mr. Holmes, I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. That's the kind of comment that keeps me doing what I do on YouTube. So thank you. Yumahari. I'm not sure I want to get in a duel with a Yumahari. I think I'm going to go... Let's see. Well, I hit him. He just bounces. Oh, he's firing HE. How curious. 10,000 damage out of the HE. That feels kind of crappy. Okay. Yumahari turning. Stay frosty, my friends. The Yumahari turn again. Yes. Yes. Keep turning. Keep turning. Keep turning. Keep turning. No, keep turning, you dummy. You're supposed to keep turning. That's going to end up being a miss. I'm going to load the HE. I don't normally like doing this because I know how good Vanguard's AP is. But I feel like with this angle against this clown, I don't have much choice. He's using the smoke to turn in there. Yep. All right, let's get him lit. We'll put the AP back in the barrel. You're not the only one with solid HE, my friend. That's right. You just keep turning. You just keep turning. Yes, please. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a good salvo. Come on. Just took a Citadel there. Let's hit him again. Come on. All right, British 15-inchers. Let's go. Let's go. Show me what you got. Oh, yeah. There it was. There it was. All right, let's put the HE back in the barrel now. I know Yumi has very bad armor. That's why I was waiting for him to turn. Where to get the mod for the compass? David, it is one of the mods in the... I use Aslan's mod pack I have for years. Oh, is he right here in front of me? Oh, okay. That's coming too late, my friend. Gotcha, you bastard. He's right here on the map edge. See him? He's stuck right here. Suck it. Okay, so he's behind me now. This is what I'm talking about with bad sub players, right? The guy isolating himself so we know exactly where he is. Chaser's going to murder him. Let's get going. Chaser's torpedoes are absolutely going to destroy this clown. Thank you, Chaser. All right, let's get back in the war. I don't know if it's in Mod Station or not, David, but one of the things that I've long hated about the game is you don't get a proper compass, and I'm an Eagle Scout. I know how to read maps. I mean, I love having a proper compass. Now, there was a time in my Warships career that when I would div with people, I would actually like, hey, I'm going to be on this heading, and I would give them a heading number. But then I would have to remember that they didn't have the mod, and it was useless. But I still vastly prefer it, right? All right, we're going to cut straight across the middle. All those ships are going to get to their cap long before I do. So we're going to cut straight east along the E line and try to just get in and try to help keep these guys bottled up over there and then be ready to deal with them as they try to push back to defend their cap. Is Eiger worth buying? Eiger is amazing. Eiger and Siegfried are two of my favorite battle cruisers in the game. Truth be told, I prefer Siegfried just because you can do more with her guns and they're stupidly accurate, but there's not a damn thing wrong with Eiger. She's a great boat. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. North on these maps is always up. it's like, which way is north? The top of the map. That's north, always. But I just love having the proper compass. I'm a nerd. I'm sorry, I'm a nerd. Actually, I'm not sorry, but I am a nerd. One of my favorite moments all those years ago, we're sitting in the movie theater and we're watching The Avengers, right? 2012, right? And they had that whole scene where the carrier gets damaged, right? And they're like, oh, navigation's out. He goes, what is Fury's like? Fury's like, take us, head south. And they're like, oh, navigation's been damaged. And Fury's like, is the sun coming up? Yeah. Put it on the left. I love that line.
What happens when they stop offering celestial names?
Exactly. And then not long after that, I read they quit requiring celestial navigation at the Naval Academy, and I was like, /skeptical. When I was in school, all of the Deckies hated celestial navigation. It was one of the most difficult courses they all had to take. And of course, the engineers, we all looked at them like, bitch, please. Like, like whatever. Looks like he's going to turn into that last torpedo. Yep. Let's see if I can catch him. Nope, 69 caught him. That's a big... Man, a tier 6 sub taking down a tier 8 battleship, that's pretty badass. Like, that is no joke. Well done. Oh, Dommy, absolutely. Like, you got to learn how to read maps. Kyle, when you do that again? That's a good point. Let me think about it. What I might try to do is, we were talking about doing that. If you were here at the top, you might have missed the top of the stream. Since we did hit 10,000 subs on YouTube, that's triggered another Wargaming batch of goodies that I can give out. And I'm going to do that as a YouTube-only stream rather than stream to both places, because that's where the work was done. So that's the crowd that needs to get that gets the goodies. But I think maybe I'll try and do it during that. I'm going to probably shoot for back half of March to get that on the calendar. All right. I feel like they've got a pretty good handle on capping. I'm going to turn up the 5 line and continue to get back here and play defense. I don't trust my team. I don't trust that. Mexico and the Vlad are going for a close pass. You see this? Check this out. Does New Mexico know what he's doing? Looks like the answer would be no. Oh, he got him! I spoke too soon. Anyway, I'm going to kind of patrol mid here. There's nothing I can really do, I think, to impact the cap circle. I just want to make sure they finish capping out. There's the kid. But I'm going to lose sight of him, so bummer. So, Duke, I actually don't know how to use a sextant, but I've also never claimed to be a sailor, right? I'm an engineer. So while all of the Deckies had to learn terrestrial and celestial navigation and how to shoot stars and do sun shots and all the rest of that stuff, we never learned any of that. We learned how the ship ran. I had to learn, water making and air conditioning and pumps and diesel engines and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we had a very different curriculum than the Deckies did by design. Our job was not to con the ship. Our job was to keep the ship moving. Well, these days, Cab, yes. These days, it's about building the boat, not driving the boat. But in college, the degree program I was in was about making the boat go while other people had to learn how to drive the boat. One of the classes that I actually always wanted to take, because I think it would have been fascinating, was weights and balances. We took... My degree program required us to take a little bit of... we had to take 1 semester of naval architecture, which I learned is basically black magic. But in doing so, it gave me an appreciation, isn't the word, an interest. I was curious. I became very curious about, like, okay, what would it look like then? What would it look like for me to learn, you know, how to balance a ship correctly in terms of, you know, loading the holds and all this stuff. Like, that just looked interesting to me. All right, kid. Let's go, buddy. I got HE in the barrel. You and me. Let's do this. I know your torpedoes are going the other way. They're at the Bismarck. You blew that salvo. You better smoke. Oh, right into the island like a dummy. All right, that's fine. I think we're going to cap out before I can get up here and find this guy in his smoke. Which is unfortunate, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go ahead and shoot. Oh, we got a reset. Well, in that case, I'm going to stay dark because I want to murder this kid. We're going to have a surprise His Majesty's Royal Navy says hello moment coming up. Get your cameras ready, boys. Oh, Bismarck secondary's got him. Feels bad. Oh, look, somebody else has come to play. It's all right. Let's get this Scharnhorst out of the game. Oh, I overshot him. Feels bad. Well, Gary, I wanted to murder the kid, but unfortunately he lived, which makes me very sad. I'm going to get some last-minute damage, I think, here at the end, perhaps. Are those shells going to land before the game times out? Survey says no. Won't. So, Salty, you're 100% right. I mean, it's very possible to con a ship just with Dead Reckoning, right? If you have a... What's the line from Red October? Give me a stopwatch and a... What is it? A stopwatch and a map and I can fly the Alps in a plane with no windows? Yeah. Right? I mean, that was the whole point behind the Longitude Prize all those years ago, right? If you knew how long it took you to sail so many miles and you knew where the markers... Right? You didn't necessarily need to shoot stars. Now, I know that from talking to the deckies that I knew in college, you would always take the positional check to verify your calculations, right? You would say, okay, I've sailed at this speed on this heading for this many hours, so I ought to be here. Let me double check and make sure that's correct, right? Like that kind of thing. But you're 100% right. You can absolutely get, you know, across vast swaths of ocean, as long as you've got a map decent enough to be checking where you want to be on the other side, you should be able to figure it out. Night Owl, I'm not saying it's a perfect solution, okay? I'm saying that Dead Reckoning is a valid method. What happens is, on the longer the voyage, the more possibility of error, and that's why you do the star and the sun checks to verify that your Dead Reckoning is accurate. Okay, we've done Vanguard enough now. Let's do something else. I'm going to go Derp and Ranked. I'm going to take these two British carrier games for a minute. We're going to compare contrast. We're going to do Furious first, because it did Ark Royal recently, and I feel like I can talk through that one pretty effectively. Now, Furious is a solid boat, and when she gets even-tiered matchmaking like this, she's about to, she can be very, very good. Yeah, Dom makes a good point. If the stars aren't where they're supposed to be, you kind of have bigger problems. Okay, we'll go do Furious and Ranked. Oh, Ice Rose. It's so fun to go out there. One of the things that I miss, I won't say miss, I never got to experience. I always wanted to. The only nights I've ever done at sea have been on a cruise ship. And of course, when you go on a cruise ship, it's well lit at the decks at night for obvious reasons. A lot of drunk people wandering around. You don't want them randomly falling overboard. Which, of course, sometimes still happens no matter what you do because people are dumb. But I would love it if they had a place on the upper decks of the ship where they killed some of the light pollution. That would be really fun. I would really enjoy that. The only place I know that they do it for a fact is on the bow. At least, okay, let me back that up. On Royal Caribbean ships, the helipads are on the bow. And the bow, because of course it's forward of the bridge at night, you don't want to flood it with light because you're going to ruin the night vision of the guys working up there. So the ass end of the ship, basically from the bridge aft, there's the pool decks and the promenade, they're all lit like crazy. But if you go all the way forward, all the way to the helipads, there's usually benches up there, and you can get, it's not lightless, but it's the darkest place on the ship you can get, and it's usually pretty nice. Let's do this for now.
I could do this all day.
And then let's take out the rockets. Oh, you're the team chaser? Okay, no worries. Crap happens. I mean, GPS has completely changed how we treat navigation. Celestial, terrestrial, all of it. But it's interesting to me, you know, look at what happened today with AT&T in America, right? AT&T and some of the other service providers having big problems down all day. GPS outages happen. 100% happen. So if you're going to put your life in your, you know, if you're going to take your own life in your hands at a plane or a boat or whatever, you really want to know how to con that ship without having to rely 100% on GPS. See, Fly Guy, that's really fascinating. I never thought about it, but you're right. You can take sunshots from a plane, like no difference, right? Hi, how you doing, Leone? Oh wow, you're in a Leone and ranked, sir. You have balls. You have balls. I almost don't want to shoot you. I almost don't want to shoot you because I feel like it's rude.
Yeah, this should help.
Hit him. Hit him. There we go. Not amazing, but something. We turned him away from the cap, which for right now I'll take. I know you're here. All right, they are all going south, so we are going to patrol this way. Okay, the Hatsu is obviously in C. We are going to back way the hell off. Let's do a pre-drop. I'm going to lose at least 2 planes for this maneuver, so let's not lose too many. Because I'm driving into a Pensacola. Why did... Oh, I hit the wrong bloody button. Give me a break. Alright, fine. We'll go after the Hatsu, I guess. Let's go find this Hatsu and bomb the crap out of him. There's the Pepsi. Hey, what's up? Come on. That's going to be a terrible drop. Yeah, I clipped him with something. That's a start. Let's go hit him again.
Looks like we're about to reach our final destination.
Fellas, he's right there. Maybe murder him? Maybe try murdering him. Why is my Hatsu refusing to use his guns? Use your guns, dummy.
Ooh, your ass is grass, and I
Shoot him. please.
Hello to my little
Holy
friend.
crap, this isn't rocket surgery.
Born ready.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go torpedo this Friedrich. This guy is gonna be a problem.
Ooh, your ass is grass.
Shoot the Hatsu.
Ooh, your ass is grass, and I've got the weed whacker.
This is not difficult, fellas. Let's go. Holy crap, how hard is this? Our Hatsu is terrible. At no point in any of that did he use his guns. No, you're taking both of those, sir. Guess what? You're about to take 2 more. I'm going to see to it. All right, T-61 killed the Friedrich. Life feels good. I'm going to move back north again. My battleships are just sailing around, derping, doing dumb things. Let's go work on this Ismail. This is a bad maneuver because my bombs really can't pen this guy's deck. But if I can get a fire to light, that might be worth something. Our de Grasse is chasing down the opposing carrier, which makes me giggle. Ismail's going to burn out. Let's go for the Renown. That's a better use of my bombs anyway. Yep. Fire and 5K, I'll take it. I'd love to worry about the Pensy. Somebody needs to shoot him, though. Okay, I've only got 1 plane left. Let's not waste our time with it. Oh, I didn't realize the Friedrich I murdered was Chaser. I wasn't even paying attention. At least their Hatsu finally bought it. All right, let's go work on the rest of these clowns. I think the Renown just put his fire out. So let's go murder him. Yep, finally the Pensy's out. Okay, I'm going to move up then. Let's do this. The Independence is going to die to the de Grasse at some point. I murdered Chaser. I didn't even realize it was him. I just saw the Friedrich and was like, that guy needs to die. He's in the middle of the horde. He's isolated. He's alone. He needs to die. Let's go, Renown. You and me, buddy. You're going to love it. Check it out. You're quick, but that still ought to kill you. Yep. Somehow this Independence is still alive. I have no idea how, but he is. Yeah, Brian, whenever I see a Hatsu or any Japanese destroyer player flatly refuse to use their guns, I'm like, you don't understand how that ship works, right? There are instances that you absolutely need to be using your guns, and oh, by the way, you're in one of them right now, so you should really work on that. How? Oh, okay, so the carrier's still alive because the de Grasse keeps insisting on firing AP. But that is legit a waste of his time. He needs to be firing HE. There he goes. Fire the HE, my friend. Okay, there we go. I think the Independence is going to die before I get there. He ought to die before I get there. Okay, maybe not. The DeGrasse is not getting good shots on him. All right, let's go. It's time. Let's get in here. Oh, I'm not going to get the chance to kill him. Feels bad. Come on, I need one bomb. Just one bomb. Just one bomb. Ah! Foiled again. All right. So, Furious is not amazing, right? If I'm in an Arc Royal in that game, I probably end up with a better damage total. Yes, the Arc Royal planes are more fragile, but that's a very small map, which Arc Royal loves because her planes don't have to fly all over the place. I have more torpedoes, so the torpedo damage I'm getting on the destroyer, the battleship in mid chaser is much higher, and the drop bombs that I'm able to land on targets like the Hatsu. The Hatsu probably doesn't survive the bomb drops that I get on him. He probably doesn't if I do that in an Arc Royal, right? He probably just straight up dies. And the one on the Renown would have hurt a lot more. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do with Arc Royal. Not a bad game in Furious, but not exactly my best. We won. I'm not going to complain. It's passable, but let me show you Arc Royal. Okay, so we did Furious. That was for Cab. So now we're doing Arc Royal, and this is for Xanda. Yeah, Brian, it's really irritating whenever you see that. And that's one of the reasons that one of the reasons I wanted to make the Japanese destroyer videos that I made on YouTube was like, you guys need to learn to use your guns. You don't want to use them all the time. You don't have to go crazy, but you need to learn how to use them. You need to learn when to use them. You need to learn when not to use them. Don't just go shoot at anything that moves, right? But like, there are absolutely times as a Japanese destroyer, opening fire with your main battery is 100% the right play. That was one such instance, right? That Hatsu should have been shooting. Our Hatsu was on the backside of smoke. I had their Hatsu lit. There was absolutely no reason that our Hatsu should not have been shooting at theirs, but he wasn't. And that was really frustrating. It's not that I don't like Carrier. I actually enjoy Carrier as a nice break and a change of pace, Xanda. And if you're going to make me play one, Arc Royal is not a bad one. This is a much worse map than the last one for Arc Royal. I'd have rather had Furious on this map and Arc Royal on the last one. But we'll see what we can do, because this map is huge, which means it's going to take my planes forever to get anywhere. I'm going to move straight up and then back off a bit, which might be a mistake, but I'm trying to compensate for my slow planes. That's the thing about carriers, Grunty. People always, oh, they're so OP, and it's like, guys, you clearly, if you believe that, you clearly don't play enough carrier to have a really good handle on the class. They're not OP. Are they influential? They're absolutely influential. Are they gross? Are they grossly broken? Not remotely. Not even a little bit.
Yeah, this should help.
All right, let's see who we can find deploying over here. Well, hi. It's a Gade. And a Kekdune. All right. So the Kekdune is actually a bit of a threat if I get too close to him. So I've got to keep that in mind. Lucky for me, this Gade doesn't know when to turn his AA off, so I'm a huge fan of that.
Just in time.
Solid. For Arc Royal's rockets, I'll take it, because normally you cannot get salvos that good out of these rockets. She just doesn't put that many downrange. Plus, I'm keeping this guy lit, which right now feels pretty good. One of the advantages that you have about Arc Royal's slow planes is it allows you to get to set up runs like this, whereas with faster planes, that's a real challenge. I think he's going to miss, though. I'm going to catch him in the stern, maybe. Yep. Nice. I'll take it. Okay, we're doing some good work with the rockets here. At a minimum, we're keeping him lit for the FUBU. He's sailing into some torpedoes. Would you please take one of those, sir? Oh, excellent. Mission accomplished, ladies and gentlemen. So, the spotting damage out here and my spotting with the planes did exactly what I wanted it to do. Let's go battleship hunting or cruiser hunting. Yep, the Spey in the middle of the board should be a nice target. We'll go see what we can do with him. At this point, I think I'm going to move up into the gap here, just outside of A. Actually, let's set up next to this island. That gives me some place to run in case somebody ends up here. The Spey over here, I think, will make an excellent target. Oh, yep, he just took a sit. We'll see if we can get some torps on him. If not him, the Doria behind him. Doria's AA is going to be very, very bad. Of course, we don't know where the sub is just yet. Let's swing a little farther to the east as we make this play. What is this Spey doing exactly? I don't think he knows. Let's see what he does. Does he see me coming? Does he see me coming? You're slowing down. That is a mistake, sir. All right, we're gonna fly. We're gonna overfly the Doria. Spey gets beat to crap. Actually, you know what? I need to try to finish off the Spey while I can see him. Let's go. Let's go. The Independence is trying to snipe me, which is hilarious. Yeah, you kind of suck. You kind of sucked at that. Alright, we got the Spey. Life feels good. Let's take the bombs out and go mess with... Yeah, this is a huge problem. Let me come get you some spotting, Mr. Perth. We're going to need your help to murder this guy.
I could do this all day.
We know he's here. He's trolling somewhere at periscope depth because my planes are spotted, which means I ought to be able to pick him up wherever he's at. And for some reason, I can't. Great. Our Spey committed suicide, which was completely unnecessary. This Perth doesn't seem to understand how his smoke works. There he is. Yep, you're sailing broadside into that, so you're dumb. Murder him, please.
You've got a lot of guts. Let's see what they look like.
If you don't kill him, you're gonna die. You understand that, right? He had to go deep to avoid the planes again. Okay, I see where he's moving to. You're down here, you bastard.
This should help.
Our Perth is gonna die now. Maybe. Great. Somehow they all missed. Amazing. Hey, Perth, he's right there. Maybe you should kill him. He's at least finally. I would say he's finally running out of stuff. Okay, take the torps out. Let's go after the Doria. His AA is pretty bad. We ought to be able to murder him. I don't think I can risk going for the Kektoon because he'll just get dead. All right, Ellie. I hope you don't suck at this. We're about to find out. My teammates are not really all that amazing. Feels pretty awful. All right, Ellie got some torps in. That's good. It's about to be me and the Fubu, which is going to feel really bad when the time comes. Is the Doria turning all the way around? Let's drop these on the Independence. I think he's too quick for that. This is the drop that I really want over here. So we're going to see if we can pull this off without losing everything. Yeah, I didn't get those. Yeah, our Ellie is stupid. So we're going to lose this game because my team genuinely doesn't understand how things like not dying work. What the hell? Oh, for God's sake. You move your hands on the wrong place on the keyboard and you end up recalling planes. So, I guess I'll just wait a minute. I still think I can beat the Doria. It's a question of how many stupid fighters I have to suffer through while it happens. Our Fubu is dead because he's dumb. So, it's going to be just me. I'm going to be left all by myself. Should be good times. I legit don't even care about these planes. I just want to see what I can get out of the strike. That's not bad. I'll take it. Let's go sink the Dory if we can. Because my Fubu is going to die because he sucks. I'd help him, but he legitimately doesn't understand how to fight that ship. And my Dunkirk suiciding didn't do me any good. I can't help the Fubu. What's up? How we doing? All right, let's see if we can wipe out this Doria. I think we can. His AA is pretty bad, and the Independence has left him to die. It's possible we can still win this game. Because we have a 200-point lead. Okay, it was 10K. I loved everything that just happened. Let's hit him again. Come on, fairy swordfish. Come on, boys. For His Majesty, let's do this. Let's go. Let's friggin' go. Okay, he took a flood with that one. I need to try and defend the cap. If I can defend the cap, I don't think I can get there in time, but I gotta try. I don't think I can get there in 20 seconds. Is he still flooding? He put the flood out, so I gotta try for the fire here. I gotta just deal with the fighters. It can't be helped at this stage. Literally 9 non-pens. I love it. I love this ship.
There's only 2 ways this can end.
There was a time I used to think the British carriers were going to be really good, and I have since learned the folly of that assumption. No, Arcro has very, very bad penetration, but I figured I would at least be able to pin his deck armor on the bow, but alas, no. So that feels kind of crappy, you know? It's fine, you go right ahead. Feels amazing. I mean, the game's over, right? My team threw this game away about 8 minutes ago. I've just been lollygagging around, basically. Now, I think I can pin the deck of this Kektoon, but it's going to cost me every plane that I have. His short-range AA is friggin' brutal. We had a chance to win this game until the Ellie decided to suicide. We had a shot. We had a legit shot. And then the Ellie was like, nah, I'd much rather die for nothing. And it was like, well, at that point, we just get screwed. So, yeah. A game we could have won, thrown away by my amazing teammates, as usual. Welcome to World of Warships. I mean, I showed up to play, and then there's everyone else. Flaming, they did a thing over a few months ago where they were giving out free ships, and they made you choose between Ellie and Duplay, however you say it. It's a light cruiser. It's okay. It's not amazing. It's not amazing. Yeah, I'm going to get to Poltava eventually. Anyway, so you can see the benefit and the pitfall of Ark Royal in that game, right? She obviously isn't going to carry a game unless it's a destroyer-heavy game, in which case her bombs are going to do amazing things. The bombs, the penetration value in the bombs, like all British carriers, is a huge problem. It's one of the things that if they would buff them just a little bit, they would be usable. But as they are, they're just trash. 19 millimeters of penetration. Furious is not much better. I think Furious is either the same or worse. 32 mils, so hers are a little better.
You're crazy.
She can at least pin most of the battleships in her own tier. That's something. Biggles with the resub. Thank you much. Well, right, Striker, but the bottom line is when you take away her bombers and her torpedoes are all she has, right? The rockets are trash. She puts down, like, what is it, like 6 rockets in a salvo or something? And like, none of them, they can't hit anything. All rockets... Let me back that up. All non-armor-piercing rockets in World of Warships are now basically garbage. Functionally garbage. There's a handful of minor exceptions, okay? But in general, rockets have been nerfed to the... regular Joe Blow HE rockets have been nerfed to the point where they are not... They're just not worth it. You might as well not even... might as well not even bother with them. I disagree, Striker. I disagree. They did not overperform. They didn't. At the end, right, there was a stretch where there was a sweet spot where rockets, when they nerfed the reticles, rockets were fine. Up until the reticle nerf, rockets were OP. and then they nerfed the reticle. Every rocket reticle got like 20 or 30% larger or whatever. Okay, you're talking about the bombers. My apologies. Every rocket reticle got bigger. When they did that, rockets were suddenly, they were fine. They were totally fine. Then, on top of that, they added this stupid firing delay. So now they're just garbage. The only things you can use them against laugh them off. So it's like, again, HE rockets, not AP rockets. AP rockets are nasty. Really nasty against the right target. Okay, let's get back to some fun ships. YouTube wanted a Hawk game. I can probably pull that off. Let's do that now, actually. I mean, Hawk is 7, right? Yeah. But that's fine. I like Hawk. Or is Hawk the 8? I can't remember. Hawk is the 8? Rook is the 7. Hawk is the 8. There we go. There she is. I know, Sully. Heresy. Absolute heresy. We don't allow that sort of thing here. I mean, Night Owl, that's the sad thing is you're not wrong, right? But it was really frustrating to me because for the first 18-ish months that rockets were a thing in World of Warships, the destroyer carrier interaction was busted. I'll never forget this as long as I live. Playing an Enterprise game once, and Enterprise's rockets are amazing because she put so many into the reticle. I came up on a Fletcher. This was maybe 6-8 months after the rework. I came up on a Fletcher with a broadside with my HE rocket reticle in an Enterprise, and I think I hit him for 75% of his health. This was 90 seconds, 2 minutes into the game. That should not happen. That's crazy. That should never have been allowed to make it out of testing. So the rocket reticle nerf, making the reticle bigger, making it so more of those rockets will miss, was at that point, rockets were fine, right? Because a destroyer driver has to know which carriers have rockets that threaten him. And then, once you see them, okay, I got to point my bow at those things. I don't want to give him the broadside shot, all right? It's not rocket surgery, pun intended. But then on top of that, they added the stupid firing reticle. Well, now rockets are basically worthless. Every ship in the game that has HE rockets is essentially down an entire flight of planes. They do so little. They're so worthless. It's garbage. Okay, let's play Hawk. Let's see. Let's quick peek around the boat. Yep, this is all fine. We've gone. Yep, this is good. Yep. Sure. Why not? Let's burn and flood less. So let's give up you. Secondary flag. What the hell? There we go. That's a better build. Okay, and then, yeah, this is fine. I got something over here. Yeah, and Stryker makes a good point, right? Like, the British just kept getting smashed. The British carriers were already very challenging to play because the bombs didn't have enough penetration. They still don't, in my opinion. And then they took the... Audacious's rocket salvo was one of the only things that made that ship really good. And then they hit it with the Nerf banner. Her Nerf bat so hard, nobody plays Audacious anymore. And now I legit think they're afraid. I think they're afraid to fix the carriers that are broken. I think they're afraid to fix Saipan. I think they're afraid to fix Audacious. Because anytime they do anything that looks like they're attempting to make a ship that needs help more playable, and it's a carrier, the community loses its mind. And it makes no sense. Did I ever serve in the Navy, Daniel asks. I did not. I attempted to, and they told me to go pound sand. I was considered, this was winter of 96. I was told my vision disqualified me from all active duty military service, and here's the door. Kindly turn your uniforms in on the way out. Good morning, Nathan. Flaming, I agree. I wish they would ignore the community more often. I really do. And sometimes, this is the thing. This is the one thing. This is one of those things that's like, there are times as the game developers that ignoring the community is the right move. And there are times that ignoring them is the wrong move. And it feels like a whole bunch of the time, World of Warships makes the wrong choice about which one of those ways to jump. Anybody else feel that way? Biggles agrees. Night Owl agrees. There are times as the game developer, you need to say, guys, I need you to trust me on this, okay? Every ship in the game needs to be playable, needs to have a role, needs to have a function. That means that sometimes even carriers, Chaser, I'm coming to you. Sometimes even carriers need a buff. Audacious, right? That also means that sometimes we're going to do things that you don't like because it's best for the long-term overall health of the game that makes us a living. Like, you just have to do that, right? And so sometimes you got to do that. Oh, Cab. Oh, Cab. Vesser. That ship is so bad. That ship is terrible. Like, you can make a case for Parsifal and Richthofen. Like, those are actually not bad boats, right? In the right situation, with the right... I am not that captain, but with the right captain at the helm of one of those ships, you can get good results. I don't know how anybody gets anything out of a Vesser. I really don't. The ship is so pathetically weak, even in its own tier. I don't understand how anybody makes it work. Flaming. Saipan is a perfect example. Saipan is okay. Chat. Poll. Would anybody here, Flaming, your answer doesn't count. Would anybody here really be upset if they buff Saipan? Really? I mean, let's be honest. Would you really be upset if they buff Saipan? Honest answer. I'm getting 6, 7, 8 no's. Whole bunch of no's. The hell, Mr. October, I did see your note earlier. Thank you. What just happened? Oh, he launched planes by ramming into me. Why is my carrier this far forward? What are you doing? What are you doing? There you go. Yeah, maybe don't be there. So, Saipan is like, again, to me, there's some poster children you can absolutely make case. Saipan, audacious. I would still argue. What's the tier 8 British tech tree? It's not Indomitable. It starts with an I. What's the British tech tree 8? Implacable. Implacable is garbage. Implacable is hot garbage. That ship absolutely needs a buff. Make it happen, guys. Like, Implacable is hot garbage. Come on. Grau just got wrecked. That feels good. Okay. We put a whole boatload of damage to that sub, and he is now dead. Life feels good. Oh, no, somebody else. Okay, another different sub died. My apologies. We are kind of murdering this team right now. I'm loving it. Okay, Sully, shut your mouth. We all know Colossus does not need a buff. In fact, the nerf Colossus just took was well-deserved. I'll admit that I had not realized how grossly OP Colossus was until I watched Andrew play her on one of Zat streams, and I was like, holy crap, this ship is busted. What the hell is happening? I think they've got this sub dead to rights. I think the Farragut is going to murder him. I'm looking for a... There he is. Come on, guns. Turn guns. Turn guns. Turn guns. There it is. Yes! The best feeling in Warships. Stepping on a cockroach. Mm-mm-mm. Feels good, baby.
I came, I saw, I kicked ass.
This Miyoko's got balls. Come on, AP. Get in the barrel. Let's go. I got a cruiser to murder. Okay, now you're turning out. Damn. This team is not really covering itself in glory over here.
Leave my ride behind.
Let's go push this KG and murder him.
I was born ready.
And we got a fire out of him at least. That's something. Which he put out. So that means I need to launch the... That means I need to get another fire going. Let's go, baby.
Power on. Now it's time to kick some ass.
There we go. All right, AP going in. Amagi's turning. I'll probably have a salvo on the Miyoko. I do have to look out for his torpedoes. Miyoko's turning. Okay, never mind. Chaser just rips out there and steals my kill. Figures. See what I can get out of the AP since I feel like I'm overtaking this guy right now. Kind of a crappy angle. Still a 12K hit. I'll take it. A little surprised I got that at that angle, but I'm not going to complain. Okay, that guy's dead. So now I got a Helen in a murder. Let's go do it. Fellas, y'all's team has left you to die. You know that, right? Like, y'all are kind of hosed.
And it got such good gas mileage.
Well, that's mildly irritating. You're still coming, huh? You realize I have HE. You know I have HE, right? Well, I guess we'll find out if he noticed or not.
Much better.
Hold on. I'm gonna wait for him to give me a slightly better angle. About like that. I mean, there went your entire bloody ship.
Road, no gas, and no chicks.
Wrecked. Really? Are you serious? At 17 kilometers.
Power on. Now it's time to kick some ass.
Wow. Wow. Suck it, Amagi. He still took 15k at the end. Well, at least we're going to win this game. Oh, Chinko, the Amagi hit me for 2 citadels or something at some stupid range and an angle he should never have been able to pull it off. I realize, like, Hawk is soft. I get it, but come on. Like, that's ridiculous. Our Hydro Destroyer couldn't murder a submarine. Apparently, you know what? I almost feel like, do I like the Royal Navy British Cruiser Line? I do, Greystoke. They're fun ships. They're a lot of fun to play. I almost feel like I need to make a how to murder submarines video. There's like so many destroyer players that don't understand how this works. Well, that's unnecessary. I'll send that report in later. I'm dealing with it right now. Oh, you're right. I'm thinking of the other tier 8. I'm thinking of Zed. Yeah, right. He doesn't have a Hydro, but still. Like, once you know where to look for a sub, it's not hard to hunt one. Look at this. Even Indrat gets aerial depth charges. Why does he get them and no other light cruisers do? Like, what is that garbage? All right, Flaming, have a good one, my friend. Thanks for being here. Oh, that was the regular airstrike? Okay, my bad. You're right, it's not. I wonder what happened over there. There we go. Something happened with the pop-up window. Let's see if that fixed it. Yep, we got it working. All right, Eendrocht, you're about to die because you're turning broadside and a whole bunch of torpedoes, so you're dead. Why do people not understand how to fight submarines? It really isn't that hard. It's not. For starters, don't show him a broadside. Shocking, I know! Shocking! Who could have possibly thought? Oh, I need to go fix my camo bonuses on this. Nicely done, Chaser. High five, take a compliment. Beat me by 3 XP, you twat. Exactly, Lemming. You drive straight at him. Yeah, we can get rid of that one. The rest I'll keep, but we'll get rid of that one. That's exactly right, Night Owl. 100%. Everything you just said is correct. Well, it feels like a golden BB chaser. I'd have to go back and watch the clip again, like watch the replay, but it felt like a golden BB to me. Anyway, there's Hawk. I like Hawk. She's a good boat. I'm going to try Hood, but I expect bad matchmaking, so you have to temper your expectations here. Well, Chinko, they almost all have homing torps. Like, you get homing torps at tier 6, and just about every sub has homing torps. I think there's only a handful that don't, and they're all premiums. I think. That sounds right. My god, we got 2-7 matchmaking. What? What? And I have cruisers to shoot? Oh, I have 2 cruisers to shoot at. Whatever. Rookie, I'll be honest. I think that one of the reasons you haven't seen a new subline in a while is that they have, without announcing it, they have decided to not release any more submarines until they are better received by the player base. Personal opinion.
Love, exciting and new. Let's go
Yeah, Chaser, those are Rahdo's guns, not North Carolina's.
Come on a safari with me. Staying alive, staying alive. Yeah.
You can still dodge homing torpedoes. The trick is, of course, if you're charging a submarine, you might not get the opportunity to dodge them depending on their arming distance. One of the changes they're doing that I approve of is lengthening the arming distance of those torpedoes. Because that way, once I know where you are and have you cornered, I win, especially as a destroyer, right? Inside a certain radius, whatever it is, they're just lengthening it. Your torpedoes won't even arm in time to hit me. So it's like, okay, try your stupid down-the-throat garbage. I will still murder you, right? Yeah, Chaser, I still make that mistake with Constellation sometimes. Don't feel bad. You're in good company. It happens. I have a feeling I'm going to end up kiting on this flank, and I'm going to need Hood's speed to run away. Let's see. We'll see how this game progresses. They have a sub, a Duke of Yuck, and a Hyuga in a div together. It's curious. Oh, thank you, Grunty. You're right. But the bottom... Okay, so fair enough. So the torpedo will still arm, but it's short range at, 200 yards or whatever. It's not going to deal max damage to me. I'm okay with that, too. That is an acceptable outcome. No, I see a Pepsi. Put the AP in the barrel. That salvo's going to miss. Our Gade is probably going to die. Okay, the Gade has at least managed to avoid the torpedoes. Looks like he's... Okay, he was burning. He only lost half his health for that little maneuver. So, no big deal. Damn it. I just shot the island because the lock vanished right as I pulled the trigger. Those torpedoes should not have the range to get to me. There we go.
Coochie, coochie.
Mr. Pensacola, you may come to regret your life choices. Let's find out. Did I lead them correctly? Well, that was a solid shot, but he lived. I was hoping for the dev strike, but I didn't get it. Interestingly enough, they're all going to run.
This is a force to be reckoned with.
Not what I was expecting.
Much better.
All right, the Pepsi is really pissing me off now.
Last,
I realize he's doing what he ought to be. He's still pissing me off. Oh, hey, look, it's the map edge.
Damn. Desert road, no gas, and no chicks.
You have guns, Gade. You should really use those. I'm really sick of this clown. He's just camped back there. Yep, our gate's gonna die because he sucks at being a destroyer. Now I have to go back to mid, apparently. Apparently, every destroyer I had on my team was made of crap except the Akatsuki, who is apparently competent while no one else is.
Say hello to my little friend.
You gotta kill him.
Die, you son of a bitch.
Doria, you gotta kill him, buddy. I don't care what you do. You let him get away on 600 HP? Come on. When you die, you're gonna deserve it. I bet this Pepsi doesn't realize I can shoot him. Well, I called it, Andrea. Get down, Shells. Come on. Oh, for God's sake. This team is determined to find a way to lose. Or Akatsuki's crushing it. Okay, he was crushing it. Now he's dead. So now we're basically way upside down on ships because nobody on my team knows how to live. Amazeballs. Submarine is dead because he's all by himself. These guys are still trying to press. This Kamikaze's brave. 600 HP Kamikaze's in here with me. That is bold.
Coochie, coochie. Coochie, coochie. This is gonna fuck up my hair. Coochie, coochie. I'm gonna feel
And I
that
can't
one
see
in the
him.
morning.
Why exactly? Okay, he left the cap.
Much better.
Oh, good. Now I get the Kamikaze and the submarine. Well, won't this be a fun game?
Coochie, coochie. Coochie, coochie. I'm gonna feel that one in the morning. Coochie, coochie.
Fun game. The Kamikaze Chinko. He moved over there. He knew he can see where the sub is. He knows I'm going to get pincered. Reasons I don't play battleships. Harder to step on the cockroaches. People talk like playing a battleship makes it real easy to kill a submarine. Don't understand the mentality. Oh, they've always been broken, Burninator. Good matchmaking, at least. So, Ching, I was going max speed going into the cap, and then as I turned into the subtorps, I slowed down, which is the reason I took only 3 instead of 4. Yeah. There was pro. He moved over there after he launched at me. It doesn't matter. Even if I'd been going full speed, I would have taken all 4. I was dead either way. I presumed he was still back in the center because that's where the initial batch of torps had come from, but he didn't.
Chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
All right. I got a Balti on my right and a Balti on my left. We have 3 radars. I love everything I just said. Do I play mid?
Let's rock.
The Vesser planes don't frighten me. The North Carolina, the Umahari frighten me a little bit. Let's move. Let's troll half speed. I might end up playing mid. We'll see how it goes. Edinburgh.
Style.
I disagree, Striker. Yumi is very accurate. You think so? I'm not convinced, Striker, but you might be right. We'll find out, I suppose. At some point, he'll shoot at me. We'll find out. So great. We've had that conversation on the channel a bunch. It's not that she's worse. It's that she has like nearly probably double the firepower of an Edinburgh, but she's more fragile. And by virtue of being tier 9, she gets slightly worse matchmaking. So it's a much more challenging prospect to play a Neptune than it is in Edinburgh. All right, Sharn is south, Flanders north, Umahari and North Carolina are both mid. I'm going to get spotted by these Vesser planes. Hilariously, the Akatsuki has his AA on too, which makes me giggle. Vesser's going to pull his planes out completely. I love everything that just happened, because now I can't get spotted. But I did get all of the Umahari North Carolina shells, and that's why it's a problem. Even bow on, they're getting full pins, right? All right, little Akatsuki, you're covered by radar, so you're going to get this cap. They have nothing that can seriously contest you. I'll head down for your smoke. Maybe we can catch somebody napping. I see Sen Yang. I'm going to get spotted before I get into this smoke, so I'm probably going to die. No. The Akatsuki pushed him off. Yay! No! You shot the Akatsuki and you might end up hitting me by accident. That's not okay. I didn't authorize this. And you did. You accidentally hit this guy. I love it. That makes me irritated, actually. Let's get out of here. Cap's done. I ain't hanging out around here. $7K. Love it. Well, hey, little Sen Yang. What is up, my dude? You and I are going to be the best of friends. Check it out. Especially since you can't possibly hurt me. Get off my board.
Looks like you're coming apart at the seams.
Oh, no. Never mind. You're good. Keep going reverse. He actually can hurt me with those things, but that's fine. I'll probably pop the health as I come around the corner and end up in the duel with the Tulin or the San Diego. The San Diego has a very real chance of being able to murder me if I play this badly, but let's see what happens. Okay. Apparently I don't have last stand on this ship, and I really should.
Much better.
The boogeyman is real, and you just found him.
Oh, good. Tulin bought it. Life feels good.
Where's a hammer when you need one? Needs juice.
There we go. Now we're getting some good hits on this guy. You're still firing HE? Okay. I'm just not scared of your HE, my man. And you're going to take 2 torps and you'll be dead, so... Wrecked and stuff. Yep. Okay. Once again, another game with a Hero Akatsuki in it. Alright. So, let's run north and be a general nuisance to someone. Do I prefer which Sharn? You know, I haven't only played... I've only played, New Sharn like once or twice, maybe. Have I heard of Pacific Drive? I have not. I am not familiar with it. Sarov needs to... You need to get away, son. There you go. You're turning now. As you should. Alabama needs to be murdering these guys.
Hello to my little friend.
There you go, Bama. There you go. $6K, we love everything that just happened there. I'm really tired of these two clowns.
You did it. You crazy son of a bitch.
I'm really tired of being the only one shooting at him. Who was that? I missed it. Skit, thank you for the follow. Or, excuse me, thank you for the resub. I'll get it right in a minute, I promise. I wish this guy would please die. It would make me so amazing. What are you guys doing back here?
You're about as useful as a hobo's dick cheese. I'm on you like stink on shit.
Okay, our Alabama is dead. Yay. I needed to be able to spot the Umahari, and I can't. Umahari's about to murder me, probably. Hey, what's up, my dude? How you doing? It's fine.
Much better.
I'm not gonna fight you. I'm gonna kick your ass.
He went deep. He's still in front of me somewhere.
Damn.
Yeah, he's trying to back off.
No gas and no chicks.
Pretty much no way I can survive this. But if I can kill the sub, I feel like I'll have made some progress here. Of course he gets a lucky citadel. All right, we killed the cockroach. All right, boys, I gave my ship. I died so that you have a shot to win. What's up, SDN? Yes, that is a Duke Nukem commander. Yes, it is. That is, well, not a commander. It's a Duke Nukem voice mod. All right, I stepped on the cockroach so that the rest of you could have a chance to win. Please go win. Cockroach. Cockroach? Cockroachu? What's the Mexican term for it? It's la cucaracha? La cucaracha. There we go. I need to get I need to get a voice. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. Get me a sound I can play when I step on a cockroach. Are destroyers good sub hunters? It depends on the destroyer. Certain nations' destroyers are fabulous submarine hunters. Certain nations' destroyers are very bad submarine hunters. It depends on the nation. Okay, Scharnhorst, you're slowing down. You're giving him the shot that he needs to kill you. Because the Flandre is going to die, thankfully. Somehow he lived. What in the hell are you doing, Sturdy? How did you blow that salvo? Smoke him, Akatsuki. You got to smoke him. No, you're turning in front of the San Diego. You're a dead man. Oh, we were going to win this game, too. You guys are going to find a way to lose. They're going to kill the Scharnhorst for a time extension. Our submarine has no idea how to kill a battleship. Finally got him. Okay. I think now they can't get there. Even if they kill the Akatsuki, I don't think they can get there. I think we have the caps with cap advantage. A pest emote. I like that. So, yeah, the Akatsuki is going to die, but they'll never get onto caps in time to kill the Serov. And we own the 2 caps at the bottom of the map, so that's a win. Akatsuki, you got smoke, buddy? Now would be a good time for smoke. Oh, you're out of smoke. Yeah, you're dead. Now, they still can't get onto caps in time, so it literally doesn't matter. So yeah, it depends on the nation and the destroyer in question. Well, really the nation, right? Like the Americans, the Japanese, and the British have the hardest hitting depth charges in the game. If you can get one of those within moderate range of a submarine and get your depth charges in the water, he's a dead man, right? He can't handle that very long. Pan-Asian destroyers, Russian destroyers, German destroyers, their depth charges are, for some mystical, unknowable reason, really, really bad. So you can corner a submarine with a destroyer of one of those nations, and it won't matter. You'll still lose. He will probably survive, right? U.S. destroyers are excellent submarine hunters. Now, you have to, by which I mean, once you know where he is and can track him, the depth charges will just destroy him, right? They do not necessarily have the tools to manually track a submarine. If you want that, you got to go British. The Brits have short-range hydro that will allow you to pinpoint a submarine's position at close range and accurately put the depth charges on target. Exactly. Chaser, like, there was a great example earlier. I should probably go back and clip that. But, like, there was a great example earlier where I was in a battleship, but I had a submarine. We knew exactly where he was. He was pinned between me and the edge of the map, which there was only about 100, 200 meters in there. He did not have a lot of space to play in. And Chaser's in a British submarine, so he comes back with his hydro out to, 2.5, 3 kilometers, knows exactly where the guy is, murders him. Now, I had already put a bunch of damage into him, so he didn't have a lot of health yet left anyway. But yeah, he was a dead man. This makes me so angry. This makes me so angry. To see a Baltimore with 500 HX, that just makes me angry. Now, admittedly, look at these poor bastards. Like, they did not have great games either, right? Here's that Sen Yang I murdered. The Baltimore died to their sub. Not their, must have been their good sub, not their bad sub. Wow. Just wow. Like, mind-blowing. Mind-blowing when you get right down to it. Okay, that was a good palate cleanser. Now I feel a little less bad that I'm still logged in. I feel a little less bad that I'm still logged in. Yikes. All right, we played Edinburgh. That was for Adeldrell. What do we got left? We got Jutland, Goliath, Exeter. Okay, Jumper, I don't think meant to actually request a ship because there is no HMS Evening, so I'm going to send those points back. Is Italy... What countries have bad destroyer subhunters? Is Italy good? So we kind of hit the high points of the bad ones. Let's pull up like tier 8. I think I've got everything in tier 8. And let's not pull up British. Let's just look across the nations, right? So what have you got? The Americans, the Japanese, and the Brits, we said, are really good. These are really, really good submarine hunters. I mean, submarine destroyers. The French and the Italians are not bad. Their depth charges still hit fairly decently. They still hit fairly hard. They have a ton of speed. So running down a submarine in one of these destroyers is a little easier than in the Brits. For example, the Brit destroyers are kind of slow. But the French and the Italians do not suffer from this problem. They are like speed boys. And their depth charges hit relatively hard. They're not like S tier. They're like A tier. So they're pretty good. I'll get back to that in a minute. I think that's the Devonshire flag. Pan-Asian destroyers, terrible. German destroyers, Russian destroyers, terrible. Swedish, European destroyers, hilariously, are kind of a mixed bag. Now, on the face of it, their depth charges are objectively terrible. However, at the high end of the line, they have something that's a little unique. They have hedgehogs. It might only be the 10. I guess it's only the 10. It's not the 9 and the 10. I thought it was the 9 and the 10. It looks like it's only the 10. It's only Holland. So these right here, these are Holland's anti-submarine depth charges right here on the bow. Friesland and Groningen, yeah. So they fire over the bow rather than off the back. Now, they don't hit very hard. But the fact that they fire over the bow gives you a bit more interesting flexibility in how you're able to chase the submarine. And you're also kind of able, like, once you have an idea where you're able to kind of, as you turn, you're able to kind of spray them in an arc in front of you. Like, and you can do some things with this that doing them with the roll off, the back ones, small one is like this too. The roll off ones in the back are a little different. YouTube is correct. The Commonwealth destroyers, because they get British depth charges, are very, very good. So what is that? Destroyer. It's really just Haida, Huron, and Vampire. Well, and Vamp Deuce, right? But because these guys get the British depth charges, these bombs hit like trains. So also very, very decent. And I fingers crossed we will someday get a Commonwealth destroyer tech tree in the game, and they will have good depth charges. I believe that will happen at some point. You think so, Grunty? I've had decent luck with them, but I mean, that's just one man's opinion, right? And I also will not say I've done it a lot. I think maybe twice. But those couple of times I was able to easily get them on target without having to drive over the sub, right? Which was nice. I disagree, Striker. I disagree. The Pan-Asia has the worst depth charges in the game. It's Russia, Germany, and the Pan-Asian have the worst depth charges in the game. Let's see. Let's say Germany depth charges. Okay, Germany depth charges are 2,200. Pan-Asian are like 1,700. Yeah, these are terrible. Terrible. Russians are bad too. Okay, 2,400. So the Pan-Asians are literally the worst sub-hunters in the game. The Germans are like a smidge above, and the Russians are a smidge above that. Everybody else is better. Oh, and the Europeans are all down there too. The Europeans are like 2,000 a pop. They're not great. No, the only Pan-Asian ship that gets American roll-off depth charges is Shenyang. No. Oh, no. It's not Loyang. It's a premium. Siliwangi? You're saying Pan-Asian. Hold on. You're right. It's Chungmu. No. It's not Chungmu. None of these get the American ones. There is one destroyer in the European branch that gets American depth charges, and it's Velos. Velos gets the American depth charges. No, it's not Loyang. None of the Asians get good depth charges. Not one of them. They're all trash. All of them. Worst depth charges in the game is a Pan-Asian destroyer. Straight up the worst. Velos is the exception. All the other European destroyers get basically the same depth charge. Velos retains her American ones, which is really nice about this boat. Correct. Velos is a Fletcher class, but so is Chungmu. The difference? Chungmu is stuck with the garbage depth charges. Velos isn't. I don't know why. I don't know why they've done it that way, but that's what they've done. But yeah, there's not a single Pan-Asian destroyer in the game with decent depth charges. Kunming, 1,700. Yuyang, 1,700. Lushun, 1,700. Siliwangi, worst. 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 It's universal. The literal worst destroyer you can be driving to hunt a submarine is a Pan-Asian destroyer. There is nothing worse. Nothing worse. Even the Germans and Russians, as bad as they are at least a little bit better than this. Okay. Let's have a look around at what we've got in the queue. I'm seeing Gallant because Chaser hates me. But sure. Let's do it, I suppose. Gallant is just legit awful. I don't know why anybody would even play this ship. Somebody tell me what the redeeming qualities of this ship are, because I've never found one. Does anybody know? Does anybody have one? It's not her torpedoes. It's not her guns. Anybody? Longer lasting smoke. It's not her concealment. Her speed is actually okay. Her A defense is terrible. She does get good depth charges. Like, I don't know. I'm not seeing it, kids. I legit don't know why anybody would play this ship. I just don't see the value in it. I will take the time to at least do this. God, for a... Ugh, that's terrible. I'm not doing that. I lied. I'm not doing that. She does get speed boost. She gets speed boost in American Smoke. I think that's American Smoke. Let's check. No, that's not American Smoke. So, but she gets regular smoke as opposed to the quick British smokes. So she gets regular smoke. She just doesn't get American smoke. So I guess... You got to build her for torps, Grunty says. I mean... Those torps are terrible. This is painful because I consider Icarus to be a step up from trash. This is a premium ship. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Let's do this. Let's pull this captain back. Let's fix the... Not that I ever intend to play this boat like ever again, but let's at least fix this. So that in case I do, I get stuck with it, I do some things. Now, recall this. Now, let's find a different British destroyer commander that I can pull in and that already has fill the tubes. Since it's a premium, I can grab any British destroyer captain I have. Maybe Jutland. No. Maybe Daring. No. Maybe Lightning. Yes. Okay, so I'll grab my Lightning captain. And I'll send him to... you send a reserve. Gallant. Assign commander. And I want my Lightning captain. There we go. Okay, that'll have to do. That gives her an extra charge of consumables. She won't need any of that, but whatever. I'm not a huge fan of T-61's torps either, if you want my opinion. So, but we'll find out. Maybe I'm wrong about this ship. I've never found it to have any particularly... Oh, no. Any particularly redeeming qualities. But admittedly, it's probably been 5 years since I played it. So let's find out. Maybe I'm full of crap. Wouldn't be the first time. This is for Chaser. Eight-kilometer torps with 15k damage at tier 6. I mean, the problem that I have is that you end up with still missing them, right? And that my struggle with... I always judge torpedoes on the reload. I would rather have quick spammable torpedoes that force battleships to make uncomfortable positional choices than ones that hit like trains. It's a little strange because I do enjoy the Japanese destroyer line for that, which is kind of the antithesis of everything I just said. But if you'll notice, the Japanese destroyers I enjoy the most are the ones that have 3 launchers, so I can always have a rack laying around to do something with. So it's kind of a double standard a little bit. Yeah, this is not going to be a good game for me. I need more battleships to murder, and I don't have them. I've got at least... Ramat doesn't get Hydro. She's Pan-Asian Cruiser. She doesn't get Hydro. She gets Defensive Fire. Dido? Does Dido get Hydro? I don't remember. Dido gets the short-range Hydro. Ramat gets nothing.
So little time. Don't worry, girls.
One of the worst things they ever did with those Pan-Asian cruisers is not even give them access to Hydro. It's like, you want me to play a smoke cruiser without the ability to see the torpedoes that are 100% coming to murder me. Well, why? Why you do this? Well, since I have plenty of speed boosts to burn, let's go do something with them. Icarus has more gun range. Gallant gets better torque. Okay. I've never been a huge fan of Gallant. At the same time, probably the last time I played this ship was before the British destroyer line came out, And I legit think the mid-tier British destroyers are some of the most painful things you can play. They are struggle bus getting something out of those. Lightning on up, good ships, great boats, honestly. But like 5, 6, and 7, what is it? Acosta, Icarus, and Jervis? Like, yikes. They do not compare favorably to just about anybody. They are rough. Jervis is the 7, so she's the most capable chaser. I hear what you're saying, but like, that doesn't make her comfortable or amazing. All right, so I do have 4 guns. Okay. All right, we're going to play back off the cap a bit. I am not diving this cap until I have a better idea of where their light cruisers are. I want to be out here to counter spot the Stored, who I outspot just slightly, or the Farragut, who I also outspot just slightly. Farragut's got balls, I'll give him that.
You did it. You crazy son of a bitch, you did.
You guys suck at hitting me. It's kind of funny, actually. Oh, yeah, I had to say something. Who was that? Gabe with the resub.
Gas mileage.
When is someone going to misbehave so I can do my job? Good question. So most of their team is at A. The overwhelming majority of their team is at A. They have 5 ships a day. So we cannot hold this cap.
If I promised to kill you last, I lied. Time to put on the beer goggles.
Well, you guys really suck at this.
Another day, another disembowelment.
You didn't even finish capping? What do you mean you didn't finish capping? You had a free cap in there. What happened? Wow. Just wow. I'm super confused as to why you didn't finish capping, but here we are. I need you to kill the Stored. Once the Stored dies, I'm clear. There we go. Alright. Life feels pretty good right about now. Let's finish the cap. Can I beat a Farragut in a gunfight? I am betting the answer is no. I may be about to find out accidentally.
Can't leave my ride behind.
You gonna open fire at me? You are. Okay. I'm gonna accept this gunfight. This is a mistake, and I'm doing it anyway. Mostly because I want to push this guy so far back, he's worthless. Okay. Both subs just got kills, which is weird and bizarre, and here we are. No, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Do not give these guys free shots. Least of all that Dido, who has terrible shell arcs and terrible travel times. Okay. All right, I think I need to go sub hunting or get back towards mid where I can work on this renown. So let's run the speed boost back to mid. I think they've got this cap pretty well under control. Fix bayonets. I love it. Y'all need to kill this guy.
Boogeyman is real.
Like, he's just sailing around, disrespecting you. Y'all just need to murder him. Did we kill their sub yet? No. Okay, Leander flooded him out. Now we killed their sub. Life feels good. Ido's running, Ramat's running. Ramat should be dead soon. Nope. Mutsu can't seem to hit him. Molotov's on my flank, keeping these guys honest. I love everything that just happened. Y'all need to shoot this guy. Kill him while you can.
You son of a bitch. Come get
Our Leander's about to get murdered. Oh, no, he put a bunch of torpedoes into that guy, apparently. Okay, I'm not going to be needed back in mid. I think the Leander's going to kill this guy. I'm going to double back then. Let's go find this Farragut. Okay, they finally killed the Ramat. Life feels good. Well, I'm going to finish with a very, very bad damage total. But a decent amount of spotting damage. Renown's going to suicide. Yep. Okay, there goes the Renown. And so now we just got to get up here and find this Farragut. There's the Farragut. Let's go have some fun with him. Game's almost over. Woohoo! I got a kill! Yeah! All right. I can hover over the ships. I think one of the mods I have installed does away with that, Kyle. Wow, I had a way better game than I expected. I would not have expected that result. I feel like everybody should get a compliment that game. Like, that was actually a decent little team win. Nobody scored more than 500 HP. Oh, wow. What happened on that team? Yikes. I mean, Gaelic, I don't like Gallant. What did I have damage in that game? 10k? 6k? 6k. 6k damage. But I had a cap and a little bit of spotting damage. There was a time that 6-0 detection at tier 6 was really bad. These days, it's actually playable, right? It's Fubuki spotting. Now, Grunty makes a point that I want to compare something to here. Okay, I'm going to look at something real fast. It's possible, nay, I say it is indeed likely, that I have grossly misunderestimated Gallant's torpedo power. I want to compare her to her contemporaries briefly. Hold a moment. Let's make sure I have her stats recorded correctly. Because sometimes what I find is they buffed ships when I weren't looking, and I didn't ever update my spreadsheet where I look at this crap. Okay. So 96 seconds, which was the base, 15,343, 61 knots, 8 kilometers, 61. Yeah, okay, so that's all correct. So then her torpedo DPS is roughly equivalent to, say, Hatsuharu. Hatsu has a better reload, a way better reload, but Hatsu only has triples and not quads. Tatsu's torpedoes hit harder. I mean, 15,433 for damage at tier 6 is honestly only slightly above the median. It's probably is the median value. There's a bunch that are lower, but there's a bunch that are spot on with that, right? The both British destroyers, all the Germans. Nevny is slightly below that. Gepard is slightly below that. According to this, Icarus is actually slightly above it. But you got about 6 or 8 boats there. They're all in that kind of same range. Then you got a bunch of boats. I mean, basically anything from about 14.5 up to 15.5 is the majority of the tier. The trick is you're stuck on a 96-second reload, and some of these guys get as low as 70 seconds for their reloads. Now they only have triples, right? Not quads. But I mean, you have a decent amount of potential torpedo power. I just think on this hull, it's hard to realize. And Chaser says the angles are awkward. I didn't pay that much attention, but given the hull form and what I know about British destroyers, that doesn't shock me. I mean, I don't know that I necessarily agree, Chaser. Nevny has, what are they, 4-kilometer torps? Nevnys are 8. Am I wrong? They change them? Nevnys are 4s. You're right. Nevnys are 4s. It's Gremiashi down at 5 that gets the 8 kilometers. Only the Japanese. Both Japs have more. Icarus used to have more. Igla has more. Let's see. Did I record Icarus wrong? It's entirely possible. Icarus has just a smidge more. Like 300 damage. Like, you would never notice that. So it's Icarus, Hatsu, Fubuki, the Japanese tech tree boats, and then Igla. That's it. Everybody else has... Oh, I'm sorry. And Monahan. Monahan's B hull, unless they nerfed her, which is possible. Let's see. Let me make sure I've got it all written down correctly. Monahan's B hull. No, 16,633. So out of, what is this? Give me a count. No, give me a count. 20 out of 20 tier 6 destroyers, and this is actually a couple of short because I don't have stored and stuff in here. So let's just say it's 22 or 23 tier 6 destroyers. There's only a handful that put out more damage, torpedo damage per torpedo, than Gallant does. The trick is that there's a whole bunch that are just as good. T-61, as you point out. Gallant is the same. Gade is the same. And then Nevny, of course, Nevny doesn't have the range, but she's slightly below that. The Pan-Asians are just slightly below that. Gepard is slightly below that. There's a whole bunch of torpedoes like in that range. So it's not to me, I guess what I'm trying to say is it's not a super standout. It's not bad, but it's not like a crazy our torpedoes are amazing for the tier. There's a lot of other torpedoes that are just as good for the tier on what I would argue are better hulls. Right? That's ultimately, at the end of the day, that's my struggle with Gallant is the guns don't feel great. The hull handling is only so-so. You do get speed boost and you have a lot of speed. That's not nothing. That is true. Right? If I go back and look at her speed, she's average on speed, but 36 is reasonable. Plus speed flag, plus speed boost, you're hitting 41. That's not bad. Her turning radius is pretty solid. The ship handles okay. 6 even detection. The main battery is not anything to get excited about. But I mean, whatever. I don't know. I think I'd go so far as to say she's better than I gave her credit for, but she's not a boat that I'm going to be excited to play or reach for a lot. All right. Flaming left. So I'm going to send his Goliath points back. I'm going to take Mr. October's Jutland game because I like Jutland, and I haven't played the ship in a long time. Machine, I apologize. I'm slow to catch up to your comment here, but I hear what you're saying. It's very easy to have a bad day in ships. When that happens, do what all of us do. Walk away for a little while. It doesn't hurt. The game's going to be there when you get back to it. Since I started streaming and became a contributor, I have not really taken an extended break from the game. However, back when the game was still fairly new and I was playing 4 hours a night, right? I would play 20 to 30 battles a day. I did take at least, in those first 3 years, I'd say, I took at least 2, if not 3 breaks from the game where I just didn't play for a month. Oh, good. Game crashed. Awesome. Okay. Just sit in port. Game decided to take a crap. Gabe makes a good point. Now, if you want to keep playing boats, if you want to log in and get your dailies and just run around, Ops is a really good way to blow off some steam. Co-op is a great way to blow off steam. I think not enough people take advantage of co-op. Personal opinion. Right? Because co-op, it has a, I mean, there's no barrier to entry at all. I would not expend a bunch of consumables. Sure, Xander, we can do that if you want. I think I've got some codes left that are expiring. Now, unfortunately, I'm not able to do giveaways on YouTube yet. I'm still trying to solve that problem. I think I have some codes on the 1211 sheet. Give me a minute. Or the 12... I think the 1210 sheet is done. Yeah. Looks like on the 1211 sheet, these codes expire soonish. I've got 3 crates and a whole bunch of camos. Is that right? Yeah, 1211. On the 1211 sheet, Xander, let's do this. Give away the rest of the crates and 6 camos. So it's a 3 and 6. And while you do that, I'm going to look at Jutland. So, Machine, you're saying you took a 22,500 point dev strike from bombers? What were you driving? I'm trying to wrap my brain around how that situation worked out. Sorry for the spam in chat. It means your comment scrolled up, but I can still see it. So you guys on Twitch, what Machine is saying over on YouTube, he says, I took a 22,500 point dev strike from bombers. It hit me hard for some reason. I'm new to the game with only about 560 battles and a 53% win rate. Don't worry about your win rate or your battle count. You'll get there. Don't sweat that. The important thing is to understand what happened and why so that potentially you can avoid it happening in the future. Tier 7 battlecruiser. German? British? Chinko, what I'm thinking is it was probably AP dive bombers against a hull that is vulnerable to them. Yeah. So, okay, so he says yes. German. Okay, so the Tier 7 German is... It's not Zeton. What's the ship below Zeton? Heinrich. Prince Heinrich. It's Heinrich. Yes, correct. So, Heinrich... Okay, so my guess then, Machine, if I had to guess, you got hit by somebody fielding AP bombs. So it could, and it would have been a higher tier carrier. It would have been a tier 8 carrier. You could not have been in a tier 10 game. That's not true. You were probably not in a tier 10 game unless you were, if you were in a div with a tier 8 ship, you might have been in a tier 10 game. Presumably that wasn't the case. Were you solo by yourself? Okay, so then tier 8 carriers, it could have been Parseval, it could have been Shikaku, it could have been Enterprise. Enterprise actually probably would have done horrible things to you. Yeah, Stryker and I are on the same page with this. Shikaku, Enterprise, and Parseval were the 3 that come to mind. Hornet would not have done it. It was the tier 8 Japanese carrier. Okay, it was a Shikaku. Okay, so Machine. Here's what's important to understand. For starters, you're telling me you were in a 1v1 engagement with a carrier. That is probably the single worst place for you to be because he holds all of the cards in that engagement. A tier 8 carrier is just as fast, if not faster than you. He doesn't have to let you close with him unless he screws up. So you're never going to see him. You're going to constantly be out of range. That's a really bad position for you. On top of that, it gets worse for you, okay? On top of that, he has 2 different plane types that will gut you. One is his torpedo bombers are really good against you because you're not that maneuverable, and his torpedoes hit very hard. And the other is his AP bombs. Your particular armor scheme on a German battlecruiser is susceptible to armor-piercing rounds plunging through the deck. Now, that could be long-range AP fire. Like if you ended up in a game with a battleship that shot at you like 25 kilometers, and those AP rounds plunged into you from above, they would do the exact same. It would be just like those AP bombs falling through you. They go right through your deck, right into your citadel. There's not enough armor directly above the citadel to protect you. So it's German battleships, German cruisers are particularly vulnerable to plunging armor-piercing shells at long range. So there you go. So the problem you're up against there is he holds all the cards in that advantage. Now, when you're in that engagement, how do you play it? So Grunty, it's possible he detonated, but it doesn't. It is possible. That was going to be my next question. Zeppelin would not have done that. Zeppelin has HE bombs, or no, Zeppelin only puts out their AP bombs, but that garbage reticle, and there's only 2 of them in it or something. It's terrible. No, it wouldn't be Zeppelin. Shokaku I could 100% see. The trick is, they're very bad Night Owl. So here's the trick. When you find yourself in that engagement and you can see the planes coming, you will see them coming. You'll be able to see them a few kilometers out. You have to pick and choose how you maneuver against the incoming strike. Shokaku wants to dive bomb you from bow on or stern on. So if you try to show him the broadside, if you're continuing to turn and show him the broadside of the ship as he tries to bomb you, you have less chance of getting catastrophic damage. Now, he will probably still hit you. He very well might still citadel you, but he won't hit you with as many bombs as he would have if he had given him the entire length of the ship. Okay? The torpedoes are, of course, a little more challenging to dodge. You just need to try and keep your bow with them. Try to get narrow to the direction he's coming from, right? That's the trick. It's difficult. But I'll tell you straight up, you're not going to want to hear this, machine, but I'll tell you straight up, that's an engagement you're going to lose 9 times out of 10, right? The carrier has to absolutely screw up for you to lose that engagement, right? He holds all of the cards in that engagement. So sometimes you win, sometimes you won't, but most of the time you won't. It sounds like you detonated. Yeah, Grunty, I'm with Grunty on this one. I think you detonated. Unfortunately, there's no way for us to know now without seeing the post-game screen. All right, let's give away some stuff. Xanda has pulled winners. If I call your name, you need to whisper Xanda and get your loot. Here we go. We've got HRTG, Twill Newfie, Terrace Mark, Hujam, Gabe, Rigged. Is that D Flitton? I think it's D Flitton. TJ, Ironlight, and Vladeshi. You guys have all won something. Make sure you whisper Xanda in chat and to come claim your loot. Okay, in the meantime, let's go play a game in Jutland. I feel like I should get a permanent camo on this boat. 200? I love this camo. For 200 dubs? Hell yes, let's do it. Yeah, I love these camos. Okay, and let's fix the econ bonuses. Yeah, these are trash. Nah, not today. Not today. I mean, nah, not today. Not today. Okay. All right, let's go do Jutland. This will be the last game of the night. 1911, I'm going to send your Exeter points back. I appreciate the request. I love Exeter. We'll do it some other time. No, Machine, look. You say you let the team down. I disagree. To some extent, the team let you down, right? If they leave you alone in an engagement against a carrier, you're done. Very, very few ships want to be 1v1 versus a carrier, right? There are a handful out there that you can go, oh yeah, this is no big deal, right? But many of them, that is not the case. Okay, let's have a look at this. I got 2 radars to deal with, plus multiplanes. Just the 2 radars. I'm literally the only, it's me and a free, oh my god. How do I keep getting this bizarro matchmaking? Okay, we need that. No. I said I need, come on.
Let's get it on.
This is not rocket surgery. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna... Okay, so I'm up against two 12-kilometer radars. That will kind of suck. Luckily, I have a heal. So if I play those engagements correctly, I can weather a little bit of that. What's so good about Schlieffen? Machine, thank you very much. That was very kind of you. Unnecessary, but I appreciate the gesture. Thank you very much. Quick question. What's so good about Schlieffen that it's often banned in tournament play? Short answer is it is... I won't call it fire and forget. A secondary Schlieffen deals a tremendous amount of damage with very minimal effort if it's positioned correctly. By which I mean... what do I mean by when I say correctly? I mean, if you put a Schlieffen in certain caps on certain maps, dislodging it is incredibly expensive, if not impossible. Okay, I do have a Nevsky up here. But he's backed off a little bit. We don't know where... Okay, the Moskva's south. So I've only got the Nevsky radar to deal with. We don't know where their Friesland is. Okay. Nevsky's out of his radar range for the moment. I'm sure he'll try and push in. Yeah, here he comes. He's 100% coming, boys. And there's the Friesland. Getting absolutely hammered. I love everything that just happened right there. You're fine, you're fine, dude. You can have it. It's cool. It's cool. I'm gonna let you have it, man.
I'm gonna feel that one in the morning.
Yeah, this Janan doesn't understand how to play that boat. He's trying to cap with a Janan. I can assure you that will not work. He's dead already and doesn't know it. I'm not wasting my time at sea. I mean, between the radar and the Friesland, I'm actually legit shocked they pulled that off. But whatever. Oh, okay. Apologies, Alpha. I'll go back and say it again. The short answer is there's a whole lot of easy damage you can get out of a properly positioned Schlieffen. You build it for secondaries, you put it in the right place, the opposing team, they pretty much can't push you. If they push you, they die. They killed the Georgia too? What the hell did he do? He's dumb. That should never have happened. I'm working on it. Okay, good. Commissar took care of it. Let's finish B. Now, Schlieffen is soft. So if you put a Schlieffen in a long-term duel with another battleship, chances are she doesn't walk away. Okay? But if you put Schlieffen up against just about anybody else, odds are he will easily win that duel. I think I'm gonna go kill this Thrasher. Let's go demonstrate the sub-hunting abilities of the British destroyer line, shall we?
I'm gonna kick your ass, bitch.
Y'all need to kill this rune for me. Would you take care of that?
8 Ball says, you died.
Okay, I'm going to back off. I'm going to slow down long enough to make sure that I can get... There we go. That I can finish this cap up before I go sub-hunting. Once I get up here by the sub, he has very, very little that's going to be able to help him. Let's go ahead and put my hydro up. It runs for like 4 minutes, so we'll be okay. Ranger, it's definitely on my to-do list, 100%. I'm going to do British Lights next, and then I'll probably do Italian destroyers. Okay, Thrasher is backing off. That is going to make him more difficult to murder. The good news is that all these battleships back here mean that I'll have plenty of targets for my big fat torpedoes. So I'm a huge fan of this. Nope.
This is gonna
I said no, sir. So, new rule. Put ramming flags on all my destroyers, apparently. That should never happen. Under no circumstances should I die to a sub-ram. That's infuriating. Which is it, you? Machine asks, I don't see anyone playing British battle cruisers. What's wrong with them? Nothing. British battle cruisers are amazing. They're excellent ships. I had a pretty solid game earlier in Hawk, actually. Oh yeah, the game crashed, so I lost it. But yeah, pretty solid. Pretty solid. Guys, I think I've had enough fun for the night. Yeah, I'm afraid so. Okay, listen. We're going to call it there. Here's the deal. No stream tomorrow. Tomorrow's actually going to be date night. There will be a stream Saturday. Keep an eye on Discord, and I'll get it posted on YouTube and on my Twitch calendar, my Twitch schedule. Saturday is Chester Nimitz's 139th birthday, and we are going to celebrate by doing some boats, okay? So come on back, and we'll do some giveaways, and we'll give out some stuff, and so on and so forth, and we will have a grand old time toasting the Admiral, okay? Thanks for tonight, guys. This was a fun stream. I actually really enjoyed. We had some pretty good games. There's a lot of really, really good British ships. The Royal Navy is stealing. It's going to be Saturday, but it's probably going to be during the day. If I'm truthful, it'll probably be during the afternoon. Probably like noon to 3 kind of thing, something like that. I'm guessing. U.S. time, U.S. Central Time. I want to do it during the day. Yes, and I'll ping you and let you know. I want to do it during the day because that way I can catch some of the EU guys that don't get to tune in very often. Normally I stream at night and my EU viewers can't catch me. And if I do it in the afternoon, then I'll at least be able to catch a few of those. Stormseeker, what are we asking for? Should they cap, draw fire, do more spotting? What am I apparently missed the first question. Here we go. Oh, I'm looking up now. Oh, here we go. Okay, so Stormseeker, short answer. If you play co-op, most of the advice I'm going to give you is irrelevant because co-op bots only know how to drive forward until dead. When you play against humans, there's all kinds of great things you can do with a British destroyer. But if you're going to play bots, then sail forward, do damage, and eventually die, and then spawn into another game. You don't want to do co-op. Okay. That's okay. Different question. All right. I'm trying to figure out how to think about this. So, Gabe, I love the plan. Tag me on Discord. Let's do something. Destroyers, British destroyers tend to have slightly below average detection, which means that they are very, very good spotters. Their quick smokes allow them to escape situations that are unfavorable to them, as long as there's not like radar or hydro around, right? So when they end up in a gunfight that they don't want to be in, you can pop a smoke, you know, run away. Like, run away, you know? Brave Sir Robin style. Okay, Cancel, have you got a link? Let's put a link in if you've got a link. Give me a link, we'll put it in chat. Because I don't have how to play British Destroyer videos yet. They're in the queue. Like, I'm absolutely going to do them, but they're not there yet. British destroyers are very good sub-hunters. They are very good at spotting. They have really good guns for taking on lighter units and occasionally for spamming bigger ones when they got nothing else to do. Their AP is really good. That's something that I think you don't really get a lot out of destroyers, but particularly the high-tier British AP rounds and their destroyer AP is better than people give it credit for. Oh, sorry. Okay, hold on. Okay, Cancel, try again. Okay, so, Stormseeker, that link that Xanda has posted, or I guess that Cancel might also yet post as well here in a sec, apparently has some info for you. So, check that out and see if that is helpful, okay? Hopefully it is. I wish you'd come by a little earlier because I'm about to hang it up. I'm about to call it for the night. I love the British destroyers. They're really good boats. Let me back that up. I love the top end of the British destroyer line. They're really good boats. The middle tier British destroyers make me angry. There we go. Okay, so it looks like we've got two different... They're basically the same link, I think. You're welcome, Stormseeker. I hope they're able to help you. Chat looks like they've got some good info for you, so let me know if that works out. Let's find somebody to raid. Okay, so as usual, guys on Twitch, we'll be passing you off to someone else streaming boats here shortly. Guys on YouTube, well, guess what? That's just going to be it for the night. Wherever you tuned in tonight, thank you. I appreciate it. I see Clyde. I see Sea Donkey. BFK's been streaming a lot lately. Might send you on to Kev. I haven't done Kev in a while. Have not hit Kev with a raid in a bit. Let's see. Who else have we got around here? Anybody else I recognize? You know what else? Clapping is literally just getting started. We'll pass you guys off to Clapping. If you want to keep watching boats, guys, we're going to hook you up with someone who is just getting started. He is going to be able to take good care of you for a while. Clyde is good people. I just try to spread the love around, Biggles. That's just my way. I don't want to raid the same people every single time, right? Oh, come on. I love how it just tied. I love how now... Okay, it doesn't like the at. There it is. Okay, guys. Raid is in. Remember, I'll be back on Saturday. We'll be doing some more boats and a big celebration for Admiral Nimitz. I'll do some promos and advertising for that tomorrow. And we'll be back on Monday night. I'll be down in the studio doing something down there. Probably painting. Might be organizing. I don't know. We're going to be down back in the studio tomorrow night on Monday night. Now that I've got some work done in there. Okay. In the meantime, y'all take care. Have a great weekend. Oh, Grumpy. Oh, Grumpy. I tell you what. Do me a favor. Comment. In just a few minutes. This stream over on YouTube is going to post. Drop a comment to that video, and we'll have a conversation in there. Okay. Because I'm about to log out for the night. Okay, I don't want to leave your question hanging, but I don't have the time to answer right now. So let me get back to you. Okay. All right, guys. Listen, I'll catch y'all later. Peace. Y'all have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Saturday. Hopefully, y'all take care.